What's going on, everyone? It's Eric from Somewhere in Time podcast. I recorded an entire vinyl unboxing of two albums that I just received recently, and the audio was all messed up. I don't know what happened. Um, yeah, it was just choppy, and I tried to use a different app to do it. Anyway, I'm gonna do it again. Screw it, whatever. So like I said, I got two vinyl records in the mail recently. I'll go through each one of them. We'll start with this album. So this is a band called Pride and Glory. If you've never heard of them or never heard them, I highly recommend taking a listen. They're on all streaming platforms. They're on Spotify. They're on Apple Music. But if you want to support them, buy the music. I mean, it's one album. It's Zakk Wylde's band. If you've never heard of them, it's a self-titled album. The only album that came out in 1994. As it turns out, this vinyl unboxing is coming out exactly 1 year later than our episode we did about this album. So we did an episode on this album, talking about this album, and Jar of Flies by Alice in Chains. So if you want to go take a listen to that, we go into great detail about the production and songs and play a bunch of the different tracks on this album. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. Zakk Wylde's kind of, I guess, solo-ish project. This kind of track listing. Did I show the hype sticker? Here's the hype sticker. I ripped it off so already, but there it is. So let's take a look at the actual vinyl. The sleeve is just white, nothing special about that. When we purchased this, so Tim sent a link to this album for me. Tim sent a link to this album where we could purchase this album to me and Joe, and we purchased it pretty much immediately as soon as we saw this was on vinyl. We were like, yes, please. We love this album. When they sent it, they said it was a green, or when I got the link, I think it said it was green vinyl, and this is a version of green vinyl, I guess. It's almost like they took the thing that does the splatter and it got messed up, and they were like, well, it's greenish, good enough. But yeah, it's cool. I like it. As I mentioned, we did an entire episode about this band, but I'll give you a little history about this band. So in '94, when this album came out, I was in a band. Well, Tim and I and Joe were in a band called Instinct, and we had hired a lead guitar player. His name was Phil, and he told us about this band, and he actually said, well, they're playing at the Bayou. It's like $6, and we're like, yes, let's go. Why not, right? And to this day, it's one of the best concerts I've ever been to in my life. It was amazing. It blew us away. Zakk Wylde just shredding and playing a bunch of songs on this album. I think they played most of this album, quite frankly. But yeah, it was amazing. He played a couple songs on piano. It was not that crowded either. It was like a Tuesday night or something, and we were there and up close to the stage. So I was like touching his guitar. It was amazing. It was a great concert. But the band itself, like, it's hard to explain. It's almost like Skynyrd, but a little heavier. So it's like a heavy Skynyrd / Sabbathy type thing. Not so much Sabbath, more Skynyrd than Sabbath. Definitely bluesy and southern rock sounding, but heavier. There's some acoustic tracks on here. Really, really great stuff. I mean, I'm looking forward to digging into this. There's a couple bonus tracks on here. Acoustic version of the song Machine Gun Man and an alternate version of Mother Mary. Both great songs. Highlights on this one for me: Horse Called War, for sure. They're all great. Harvester of Pain, Tone the Line, Fading Away, great song. Machine Gun Man, they're all good. Go listen to this album. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed if you like Zakk Wylde. So that's Pride and Glory. The second one that I wanted to talk about that I just received is a band that we never talk about on the podcast, but I am a big fan of. Here's the hype sticker for this one. This is the 30th anniversary 2 LP edition of the what's called the Blue Album. It's kind of the nickname for this album. This is a 1995 album. We're probably not going to talk about this on the podcast. They're not really a metal band. People call them, like a mix of metal and rap and reggae and ska, and they're kind of a little bit of everything. When I heard this album, though, or when I heard them for the first time, the band, I was not a fan. I heard the song Down, which is on this album. This is kind of their breakthrough album, right? First song on the album. Here it is, Down. I heard that and I was like, not for me. Not really, not for me. Tim has a nickname for S.A. Martinez, one of their singers. He calls him Rat Boy because his voice is a little high pitched, squealy-ish. And I kind of thought the same thing initially too. But Joe was pushing him. Joe loved him, and he's like, "No, you got to listen to me." And I was like, "Eh." And then one day we were hanging out, and he's like, "Just let me show you their first two albums." So he put on their second album, Grassroots, first, and I was like, "That's much better. I can actually enjoy that." Like, the first song was Homebrew, which is really good. And I was like, "Yeah, okay, I can get into this." But I was still not way into it. And then he put on their first album, Music, and it got to the final song on that album, which is called Fat Chance or Fuck the Bullshit. And that's what hooked me. That's what got me. I was like, okay, all right. It's heavier, it's groovier. It really got me. I was like, all right, yeah, I'm all in on this band now. So I think a week or so later, he got me their first three albums on tape for my birthday. So I wore the hell out of those. This album cover is much different than the original album cover. The original album cover is just blue. That's why it's called the Blue Album. But this 30th anniversary contains a bunch of bonus tracks and, you know, alternate track. Well, not alternate tracks, just bonus tracks. So if you see LP side B, LP2 side B, those tracks were actually on a home video back when bands did home videos on VHS, called Enlarged to Show Detail. And I think there was a CD that came with it too, or something. Like it was a big box, and I think it had a CD with it. And so Let the Cards Fall, Gap, Firewater. I think it was just those three songs, and then Outside, Wanbon, and Next were I think bonus tracks, maybe B-sides from singles. But Gap, the song Gap, is really really good, and I that's one of my favorite 311 songs. It's short. It's like 2.5 minutes. It's funky. It's fun. The lyrics are stupid, but great. So yeah, I love this. I love the album, but I don't love it as much as some of their other albums. Like it's not up there as one of my favorite albums. However, I did buy Music and Grassroots. I had the 30th anniversary of those, so I felt kind of obligated to get this. It is a gatefold, so we'll take a look at the gatefold here. So starting over here, there's the kind of produced by, the credits, all that kind of stuff, and you kind of scroll through, and this whole album kind of has a theme of like aliens and space, and so they see the picture there of them with their alien makeup on, right? So that's kind of why there's kind of this moon and space and Mars and all sorts of different planets on here, right? But yeah, let's take a look at the vinyl. So this is it's promoted as Blue Smoke vinyl. So we'll take a look at that. Ooh, pretty. So there's the Blue Smoke vinyl. Very cool. I like that a lot. Very nice. Yeah, I'll be digging into this one. Taking a listen, very close listen, and probably put some headphones on, put it on turntable, take a listen. But yeah, I don't think we're going to talk about this album on the podcast. So, if I were to grade this album, I don't know, a B probably for them. I mean, it's not my favorite album by them, but it is a good album. I do love the album. It's just not one of my all-time favorites. But, I love the song Sweet. It's one of my favorites. T&P Combo is fantastic. Don't Stay Home, which was a single. Down is good, but it's overplayed. Jack-O-Lantern's Weather is one of my favorites. Hive is great. But there are some songs on here that kind of were a miss for me, like Guns Are for Pussies, Brodel's. Tribute's fine, but it's not great. So it's a good album. I'm glad I own it on vinyl. There's some really great songs that I'm looking forward to hearing on vinyl. But yeah, I mean, if you don't know, this is available. I think it's on their website. I don't know if it's on Amazon too. Probably. I didn't talk about this. That this is kind of a embezzled, like raised 311 logo, which is kind of cool. You can't really see it on video, but it's pretty neat the way that with the logos popping out like that. But yeah, if you're into the band, go check it out. Support them. I think this was like $40. It wasn't too bad actually for a double disc vinyl. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to get some new unboxing videos out there. I know it's been a while. I know Tim did the Load box set recently. I still have the Black Album box set that I want to do over there, so I'll probably get to that next. But yeah, in the meantime, SIT Podcast, go there, check out all of our stuff. All of our episodes are streaming there. You can get to all of our social media there and all that stuff. So yeah, until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.